miss struck him out.
Crawford to first in time.
Fans want to see the Mariners for good reason. They are deep into playoff contention as we speed towards the end of the regular season and the postseason coming up. Good reason too. Marco Gonzalez throwing some really good ball, winning 3 of his last 4 ball games. And today he goes after the Atlanta Braves, one of the most potent offensive teams we have in all of Major League Baseball. Couple of icons representing both of these clubs, the great Henry Aaron and the great Ken Griffey Jr. Welcome everybody to Mariners Baseball. Along with Dan Wilson, I'm Dave Sims. Glad you've joined us here this Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at the lineup for this afternoon. The Braves, wow, they get a good one.
No doubt about it, and they were held very silent last night, Dave, thanks to George Kirby and the bullpen. Only 3 singles on the night last night. Tonight, this afternoon, Dansby Swanson back in that 2-hole. He had 2 of the 3 hits last night. He's hitting .389 with a couple of homers over his last 4. William Contreras, he'll do the catching in the 5-hole. He's the second half of this catching duel that does a lot of offensive production for the Atlanta Braves. Marcell Ozuna back in there in the 8-hole in left field. He's got 21 homers on the year, and Robbie Grossman, the transplant from Detroit, will round out the lineup for the Braves this afternoon in right field. And there's the man they will be facing, Marco Gonzalez. His 16th quality start last time out. It was a great effort in Cleveland, 7 innings. And you see his numbers for the year, 83 strikeouts, over 153 and 2/3 inning for Marco. Big afternoon for him. And here's the arsenal he will attack these Atlanta Braves with. That 4-seam fastball. He'll use a cutter as well. And then, of course, his devastating changeup and his occasional curveball. And that will be what he is taking to the plate here against this Atlanta ball club. And the defense behind him, Haggerty, Rodriguez, Haniger in left. Suarez, Crawford, Frazier, Santana left to right in the infield. Cal Raleigh will do the catching this afternoon for Marco Gonzalez.
First pitch is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. And here we go. First pitch. And again, Ronald Acuna Jr. offering at the first pitch. Came into yesterday's game hitting .500, swinging at first pitches.
Yeah, he is very, very aggressive. And 2 days in a row now, he swung at that first pitch, fouled it off.
2 nights ago, hit a blooper for a base hit. And it led to a Swanson 2-run homer. Marco deals inside. Braves starting today, half game behind the Mets, the National League East. Mets won yesterday. Mariners win their game here. The Mariners tied with Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Seattle, and Tampa Bay and Toronto with 78 wins. This one popped back this way. All 3 teams with 78 wins, holding on to the wild card positions in the American League. Brian Snitker brought these guys to the World Championship last year. 47 years in the Braves organization. Henry Aaron, want to encourage him to stick with it, not give up coaching a few years ago, and man, did it pay off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You see the 9/11 remembrance patch there on the side of the hat today, Dave.
Hit past Ron Washington. Yeah, 9/11. You remember all the people who passed. Ron Washington, talking to him about it today. Memories, amazing heroism as JP bobbles that one on to be an E6.
Well, this one hit deep in the hole. Acuna can run a little bit. JP tries to backhand this and get rid of it quickly. Instead, it pops out of the glove. Kind of off the heel of it. Not able to regain control of it.
Second error in this series for JP. Here's Dansby Swanson, the shortstop for the Braves. Another guy that will attack early. 4th in runs, tied for 8th. Stolen bases, having a really good year. I showed you Ron Washington a couple seconds ago. He was talking to before the game. He said, talking about the Mariners pitching, he says somebody's going to catch heck with you guys in the playoffs. He said very impressed by what he's seeing, and he says the bullpen, My goodness. Super impressed with fellas that came out of the pen last night. Munoz, Swanson, and Sewald went 3 innings of scoreless, hitless ball and struck out 3.
EQC tracer, excellent location on that cutter on the outside corner from Marco. As we talked about it last night with George Kirby, Dave, pitch quality, strike quality will be very important today with this lineup.
And that was the thing that the Braves hitters were talking about. They said Kirby's stuff is good, didn't blow him away, but what blew him away was his ability in and out of all the quadrants. And he said it was mind-blowing how good he was and consistent.
Yeah.
In last night's game.
Yeah, that was one of the more outstanding fastballs that George has had. He threw a lot of fastballs last night, especially two-seamers. But you're right, to their point, locating it all over the strike zone and on the corners.
And Swanson goes down swinging, 1 out.
Well, it's a big out. He's been one of their hotter hitters over this stretch, and it's a 4-seam fastball right at the top of the zone. Mick delivery Super Mo. See that ride action on that heater up at the top.
Two of the hotter teams in baseball, the Braves and the Mariners. Here is Austin Riley. Fouled off. Big third baseman, signed long-term with the Braves. He is signed through 2033.
Well, and why not, Dave? 35 home runs, 89 RBIs to this point in the season, and that's a big season for him.
Tied for second in home runs with Goldschmidt of St. Louis. Third in slugging, 5th in OPS, 1st in extra base hits, and 10th in RBI. That's kind of good.
You go up and down this lineup, and there's some tough hitters in this lineup, and we were talking about it yesterday, Dave. There's just no give. You get down to the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and these guys have produced all season long at league leading levels as well. There's just no time to pause and catch your breath because these guys are coming right at you.
They're second in runs per game behind the Dodgers, 6th in batting average, 6th in hits, number 1 in home runs. Albert Pujols, number 697 a few minutes ago. Marco trying to hit his spots today. That would be great. As we mentioned, he's won 3 of his last 4. 2.96 ERA, beat Oakland, Cleveland, and Detroit.
And the loss that he had, Dave, he pitched really well. Another quality start, 7 innings, and only gave up 3 runs in Cleveland.
A lot of offensive superlatives with this Atlanta Brave ball club. Look at this. Number 1 in barrel rate. Oh, man. The other thing, the Mariners and the Braves have great pitching and great defense in common. They do strike out a lot now. The Braves are number 1 in the National League in strikeouts. Number 1 as in the most strikeouts, down near the bottom. In terms of gross numbers, it's 1,285 strikeouts. And Dan, one of the keys today, Marco, lefty, see how he does against these guys. They're 32-13 against left-hand starters this season. Best record in the National League and second best in the majors. Only the Astros have a better mark. Slow roller. There'll be a tag play now. And he gives up. Smart move. No sense getting hurt. And the Mariners get out of the first inning. Fine defense again. Mariners, Julio will lead off when we get back. Make that the 8-game win streak of the Atlanta Braves. Julio 10th in slugging in the American League. He's the top of the lineup. And Dan, tell us about the rest of the fellas.
Well, good lineup for the Mariners again today. Ty France getting the afternoon off with the off day tomorrow. Good move to get him an extra day of rest. And that kind of moves everybody up. Mitch Haniger in the 2-hole. Eugenio Suarez in the 3-hole. He had a home run in last night's game, a towering shot to center field. Jesse Winker in the 7-hole. He is the designated hitter today. And Sam Haggerty in left field. Dave, he's played some inspired baseball, no doubt about it. A big home run to get the Mariners on the board last night.
When they were doing intros before the game, boy, his name got a big reaction. And Scott Service is funny saying if he can turn foul balls into outs, more power to him. He's going to do something big today. He says, I don't know what he's going to do, but it'll be fun.
He's an exciting player to watch. A little dirt on the uniform every day. It's great to see him out there.
There's a budding superstar right here. Julio Rodriguez, 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. Big 7th inning RBI double right center field.
That was a great at bat. Got the 3-2. Got a pitch on the inside part of the plate and drove it to right center. Picked up the 3rd insurance run for the Mariners last night.
That hit well, right center field. It's deep. It's got carry. It's gone. Julio gives the Mariners a 1-0 lead. Home run number 24, RBI number 70. Hey now.
Well, Julio doesn't take long. Second pitch of the game. Jake Odorizzi's been very difficult on the Mariners. And Julio says not today. 104 miles an hour off the bat. 392 feet to right field. And he gets the Mariners on the board early this afternoon.
Remember talking to him earlier in spring training. He talked about, hey, man, I hit a lot of balls right center field. Not everything's going to be dead center or pull shot. He just pounded that thing out of here, pulverized it. Jake Odorizzi, 16 previous starts against the Mariners in his career, 4-6 with a 3.66 ERA. Saw him last with Houston. That ended a 13 2/3 scoreless streak against the Mariners by Odorizzi. That home run. Here's Olson. And retires Haniger.
We'll take a look at his numbers on the season. This is his 18th start. Came over in a trade with Houston right on August 1st. 85 1/3 innings, 65 strikeouts over the course of the season. And this is the arsenal. He's got a little bit of everything. He's got a fastball cutter combination just like Marco. A bit of a splitter, slider, and a curveball as well. You see those splattered among those fastballs and cutters this afternoon.
There's Suarez. First pitch outside. Gino having an outstanding year. 7th in the American League in home runs, 9th in RBI. Big home run, 6th inning last night. Dead center too. Smoked it. He also had a sinking liner base hit to left in the 1st. Odorizzi coming over from Houston on August 1 in exchange for left-hander Will Smith. Take a look at this homer. Look at that.
Oh, he got a pitch up in the strike zone about middle. And he said thank you very much. Didn't try to do too much. Stayed center of the field and hit it where you can't catch it.
He's looking for his first career hit off of Odorizzi. He's 0 for 12. Odorizzi, since coming over to the Braves, 1-2 record, of 4.26 ERA. 2-2. So full count to Gino. A run in, 1 out. Cal Raleigh's on deck. Three-two pitch. And did he go? Did not. Pat Hoberg at first. Bruce Streckman has balls and strikes. Pat Hoberg at first. Eric Backus at second. Paul Immel, the umpire, at third.
This fastball, see the action on it, kind of runs in on Eugenio Suarez. Looks like it caught the strike zone, but they checked the swing and Eugenio passed the test. He's at first base.
So here's Cal Raleigh with Ty France getting a day off. Cal batting in the cleanup spot for the first time this season. Strike one.
Well, it's interesting, Dave, as you look at the lineup today for the Mariners. The first three hitters in that lineup right-handed, and then from there on down, Jake Odorizzi will not see a right-handed hitter. It's 3 switch hitters and 2 straight lefties. 3 straight lefties, so he will not see a right-handed hitter until Julio comes back up.
1-1. Cal 0 for 4 in last night's game, looking for his first hit against Odorizzi. He's 0 for 5. One pitch, infield pull around to the right. Two and one. Julio really put a charge into building here. This is going to be another very big crowd. Really enjoyed it. 44,965 last night, 42,114 on Friday. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Going to be in the 40s again. I mean, you see the upper reaches and the corners when they're starting to get filled up. You know you got a big crowd. Good take there by Cal. 3-1.
Odorizzi having a little trouble with his command right now. Cutter's kind of coming off that inside part of the plate to Cal. Cal's been very patient, waiting for a pitch in the zone. But Odorizzi trying to get comfortable out there and just hasn't found it yet.
3-1 here to Cal. Way foul. Oh, great catch. Chest high, 2-hand catch. Is fan in the third deck. In a million years he didn't think he was getting a foul ball up that way, and he did. Very nice. See if Cal can straighten that out. Leads all catchers in home runs. 23 home runs, 20 from the left side. Strikes out on a 3-2 pitch, 2 down.
Odorizzi goes to the top of the zone. This is a splitter. McDelivery Supermo. You see the swing from Cal. Again, I don't think he wants to throw that splitter at the top of the zone, Dave. That's a dangerous pitch, but able to get Cal to swing through that one.
Santana 1 for 4 yesterday, struck out 3 times, hit 2 home runs on Friday night, 2 for 3. Struck out once. When they've struck him out, it's been on breaking balls or changeups when he's had 2 strikes against him. But right into the shift. Grissom right there, and that'll do it. Julio, he lights a spark in the first inning. Big home run. Pounds one right center field. Home run number 24, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead early. Coverage cam here at T-Mobile Park. Big crowd on hand with the Atlanta Braves here. As we mentioned yesterday, Dan, a lot of folks grew up with the Superstation, grew up with the Braves. So if they had a chance to jump in a car up here in the Pacific Northwest, they're here. A lot of Braves uniforms, jerseys, and whatnot. 1-0 on the Julio home run. Here's Matt Olson. Swing and a miss. 6th in RBIs and 2nd in doubles in the National League to former Brave, and the guy he replaced in Atlanta, Freddie Freeman, now with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the Superstation, Dave. My dad was a big Atlanta Braves fan, so we had cable. I was young enough for cable, I guess, in the 80s, and we used to get a lot of the Braves game. My dad was a big Braves fan, not because he's from Atlanta, but growing up in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, it was easier to go to Milwaukee for my dad to watch the Braves than it was to go downtown and see the Cubs or White Sox. So he's a big Braves fan. Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, watched a lot of games.
Yeah, after they'd moved to Milwaukee from Boston. Matt Olson, 39 career ABs against Marco. Slash line 282, 317, 744 with 6 homers and 8 RBI. So I think Marco knew that in his mind's eye. I don't think he needed to hear that. So when you were a kid, the guy that wore number 3 with the Braves, Dale Murphy.
Oh yeah,
Wilson High School.
Incredible player, won the MVP I think twice with the Atlanta Braves, came up as a catcher. I guess the legend goes he could never get the ball down to the second baseman. He wore the center fielder out as a catcher.
Into the shift. Always good to retire Matt Olson on a weak ground ball. But next year, we'll talk to John Stanton, the managing general partner of the ball club, coming up the top of the third. But that should be, and more than likely, it will be a base hit unless the second baseman's just covered a 4-hole over there.
Yeah, it's going to look a lot different next year with infielders, 2 infielders on both sides of the bag, all infielders with their feet on the dirt as ball is released. So you can't play that deep, you can't play that far over. It'll be really, really interesting how it all plays out.
William Contreras, you're familiar with his brother Wilson with the Cubs, who he thought he was going to be traded by the Cubs, and he's still there. I know he's very happy about that. This kid's done well.
Well, they've got quite a crew, Dave. We talked about it a little yesterday, but this catching crew for Atlanta, Travis d'Arnaud, who played last night, between the 2 of these guys, they lead the majors in a lot of categories offensively.
Easy play for JP. And plenty of time. 2 down. Today's SAP broadcast brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. Good start here for Marco. He had a double play to get him out of the first, and now a couple of ground balls here.
Yeah, has had sharp location from the get-go, and that is one of the keys for him today. We know he can change speeds. We know he can move the ball in and out. It's just quality strikes. Another one right there. Good 4-seam fastball on the inside corner, just splitting the corners. We saw it last night with George Kirby. Quality strikes are key with this Atlanta club.
Vaughn Grissom, rookie second baseman, they're very high on. 28th game since being called up. Mariners won last night 3-1. Braves won the opener on Friday night 6-4. They hit 4 home runs that night. The Mariners hit 3. Has been a heck of a home run tear for the Mariners with the Julio leadoff homer. 55 home runs now in 37 games. If they get another one, it'll be multi home run games in 4 consecutive games and 11-14. Swing and a miss. Very efficient, very cagey performance by Marco Gonzalez here in the second. 2 ground balls and a swing and a miss. Casino Pen report. As you know, the Mariners, Dan Wilson, the bullpen has been sensational. Look at that. Lowest percentage of inherited runners allowed to score.
It's been impressive all season long, and we saw it last night. Andres Munoz came in with 1st and 3rd, nobody out, only allowed that runner from 3rd to score and closed the door on that 7th inning pretty quickly.
Alpine Adam Frazier leading things off here in the home second. Yes, indeed. The Los Bomberos. 71 games since June 21, an 18-8 record, 26 saves, 2.33 ERA.
Eric Swanson with a big 8th inning last night, came in, just continued to do what he did. You look at his numbers on the season. Every guy down there has just been phenomenal, and they have such a great rapport with one another. They push each other.
There's a base hit for Adam Frazier on a 1-1 pitch to get things started for the Mariners here in the second.
Well, fastball up in the zone. See Adam Frazier getting on top of it, using the middle of the field, positing that base hit.
Adam Frazier now 5 for 10 against Odorizzi. We'll bring up Jesse Winker. He's batting in the 7th hole. He's the DH today. Winker, 9th time DHing. Play him to pull. Infield pulled around hard to the right. Haggerty's in left. Winker in the lineup as the DH. Here comes the 0-1. Winker's second to Aaron Judge in walks. And there's some games of interest. Boy, the Yankees pouring it on. It's the 3rd inning. Guardians and Twins battling in the Central Division. Rangers lead the Blue Jays. Good news for the Mariners. Over our heads just to the left. This is game number 140, Dano. It's 22 left after today.
Yeah, somewhat of a milestone, right? You get to that 140 game mark, 22 to go, and as we know, with this wild card race the way it is, it's going to be an exciting 22 games down the stretch.
Able to check that swing. There's a wild card situation. All 3 teams with 78 wins. Mariners have some breathing room. The Orioles 5 back. Just a matter of jockeying who's gonna, what seed you're gonna get if everything stays equal. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. San Diego comes in. Mariners have tomorrow off. San Diego Tuesday, Wednesday. Final 20 games after that. Teams with sub 500 records.
Yeah.
Hear my wife right now. I know I'm not counting victories. There's nothing guaranteed. Nope. Nevertheless, you do feel good about facing a lot of those ball clubs. And Jess takes a call, 3rd strike, 2nd strikeout by Odorizzi, 1 down.
I think not only that, Dave, but when you look at the Jays and the Rays, you know they're going to play each other quite a bit. They're going to end up playing the Yankees some as well, and the Boston Red Sox.
Orioles are in there.
And the Orioles. So those teams are going to fight it out amongst themselves, and the Mariners are in a good position because their schedule isn't as difficult. So as you say, everything looks good, but you're right. It's September, and you gotta sprint through the finish.
Yes, you do. Straight up in the infield for JP. Outfield not too deep.
They're going to keep an eye on Adam Frazier over there. 8 out of 13 in stolen base attempts. And Contreras, one of the areas he struggles a little bit is with his throwing, a 14% caught stealing rate, which is well below average.
JP 0 for 3 last night, homered Friday. Strike 1 to him. He's been scuffling against Odorizzi over the years, 3 for 19 against Jake. Raker 2 has struggled, now 2 for 14. As mentioned, Odorizzi, 3 starts as an Astro, 1-1 with a 2.00 ERA against the Mariners. Runner goes, pitch taken up high, throw down to second, safe. Dansby Swanson wants him to take a look at it. Looked like a pretty good swim move out there by Adam Frazier. Be his 9th stolen base if it holds.
Well, Adam gets a pretty good jump. The throw's on the money. You can see the swipe tag. Looked like his hand got in there. He did get the forearm on the tag, but the hand was already on the bag. And they're not going to challenge this one. They're going to let it go. Good look by Mick Delivery Supermo. Looked like Frazier did pull that left hand back. And it's a good thing he did, because the swipe to get to the right hand took a little bit longer and allowed that hand to get in there.
Swanson still pleading his case. Brian Snitker said, hey, play on. I'd love to hear the conversation between Swanson and Frazier right now. Scott Servais always talked about Frazier is sneaky funny, real dry humor. When Scott comes out, make a pitching change or talk to pitcher for whatever reason. Here's Riley, throws out JP, holds the runner, does a nice job holding Frazier at second. In your day, give me some names of the great conversationalists that you encountered as a catcher, because I know there had to have been at least 4 or 5 that stick out of your mind.
Oh, Will Clark was a big one. He'd always have something to talk about when he came up to hit. Of course, Ricky Henderson would talk to himself when he would come up there a lot.
See, that's different. Now we're getting into the weeds. I like that, and I love Ricky.
Oh yeah, he was.
Did he talk about himself in third person?
No, he would just talk about slowing himself down, which all players do. And
right. That's one of the all-time great players.
What a great player. Had a chance to get to play with him for part of a season here in Seattle as well.
Swing and a miss by Haggerty. I love the fact that they named the field at the Coliseum after Rick. Sam Haggerty got everybody fired up last night. He made a juggling catch of a foul ball. He had a long run to get to it. Then he almost duplicated it a little bit later on. The other thing too, Dan, remember 5th inning. It's a 0-0 score, and I'm thinking, and I said to you, I said, man, maybe he lays down a bunt, maybe get something going. Swing and a drive, and he hit it out of the ballpark.
And it was a rocket, 401 feet.
5th home run, 16th RBI. Harris coming on, make that the shortstop. That'll be Swanson for the out. Mariners lead it 1-0 as we go to the 3rd. Lead, and new rules coming up next season. Pitch timer, shift restrictions, bigger bases, and here to talk about it is the managing general partner of your Seattle Mariners and chairman of the competition committee, John Stanton. John, good to see you.
Thanks, Dave. It's exciting. I wasn't going to come unless we were ahead, so it's nice to nice to see Julio put us out in front.
Well, you're ready for your close-up. Here, let's talk about these changes here. Overall, give us your overview. You happy with what you guys accomplished?
I'm delighted. And the first thing is, it was a great process. The committee consists of 6 owners, 4 players, and an umpire. And we had a series of meetings. We had half a dozen meetings and a lot of interaction in between. And we had the opportunity to really vet through the issues and talk about them, but ultimately to make a decision.
What did you think of the 4 players voting against all this stuff?
The dynamic with the players is challenging in the sense that they represent, the total. The 1,200 players that are on major league rosters, the 40-man rosters. So for us, we had a series of conversations on the pitch timer in particular. We made 5 changes from the original proposal based on player feedback. I was disappointed that they didn't vote in favor, but as I said at the end of our committee meeting on Friday, at which we voted on the changes, I view this as a long process. It's a permanent committee. We have a couple more items that we're trying to look at for the 2023 season. And then we have some big items, one in particular that we're looking at for the 2024 season.
Well, John, you mentioned changes to some of the proposals that you had, and specifically the time clock. I know I've seen it in the minor leagues. It's really sped the time of game up quite a bit. Do you expect that this is going to get rolled out in spring training? I'm assuming. And do you expect the proposal as it is to stay, or do you think that spring training will bring some more changes to what you've been putting out right now?
We are done with our deliberations. We made an initial proposal on July 5th, the second proposal on August 19th, and voted on the proposal on Friday. So I think that we are done, but one of the things that we've learned from other leagues is to be willing, if something doesn't work, to go back and take a look at it. And so one of the challenges I think that we've gotten over in baseball is a reluctance to make any change. I think that we need to listen to our fans. We need to be responsive to the fans. The fans tell us they're looking for more action. They're looking for shorter games. And then the third element that we added as an objective is to reduce injuries. And I think that is one of the things that unites players and owners as well as umpires. But going forward, we're going to continue to start with the principle of what it is that our fans want. And if we do that, we may have made a mistake in the initial proposal, but if you don't try, you're not going to ever make a change.
And you mentioned some more changes down the road, maybe the 2024 season. I know as a catcher, one of the things I'm thinking about is automatic strike zone. I've had a chance to see it operate in the minor leagues. It will change the position of catching, as we've talked about, but where does the automatic strike zone stand in the future?
We are testing, as we have with each of the changes that have been implemented. We do a thorough test. I think it was 8,000 games on pitch timer. We are still in the testing phase for ABS. The technology is pretty complicated in terms of both the hardware, the cameras, as well as the software, and we want to make sure we get it totally right. We're actually experimenting with two different approaches. One we're testing is a full-time ABS, automated ball strike, and we're doing that in a number of leagues, and then in some leagues, particularly in the Southeast, where I think your son is playing, we're testing a challenge system. I think the challenge system's got a lot of potential, and it may be an easier way for us to implement ABS. It may be a step towards permanent or full-time ABS, but the challenge system would work just like tennis, where the player would tap himself up probably on the cap, and then have a quick review. It's not a review in the sense that they have to get new data, because the data already exists in the background. Right. So literally the umpire then will click a button on his belt. He'll be told that it was a ball or a strike. He will either say confirmed or he'll change the call, and that based on the experiments we've done, it takes about 6 seconds. And one of the players, I know Tyler Glasnow is one of our players. He's a pitcher for Tampa. Was doing a rehab assignment and saw a challenge. He said it's a great thing, best thing he's ever seen. And the dynamic became, if we find things that make the game more interesting and accomplish the objective of speeding things up, getting more calls right. It's important. And just as I think that the effect of the pitch clock will be to cause everyone to just move at a more quick pace, I think the challenge system may have the effect of improving calls even absent full-time ABS. So we're looking at it, and I told the committee at the end of our call on Friday, we've got a lot more work to do, and I'm excited about doing it.
Well, we appreciate all the work that you guys have put in, and the attention to detail that you've taken to make these decisions, for sure.
I like the fact that you said you're flexible to make changes quickly, as shown by the other couple of leagues. quick inning there by Marco, but I think that's great. And if it works as well as tennis, you're going to be in great shape.
I think you're right, Dave. And thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dan. You know, you guys do such a great job. I think we got over 45,000 people in the ballpark today.
Come on, say it with a smile, John.
It just feels like playoff baseball
Yes,
against a very good Braves team. So it's exciting. You bring it home for all the fans that couldn't make it here to the park today and are watching on TV. And we appreciate you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks. Look at the New Balance Fearless approach. And how about this? Most home runs since August 1. Look at the Mariners right there. Cardinals, Dodgers right in front of them. Angels, Brewers, Braves. It has been a home run festival. It has been a blast to watch.
Well, and Julio was number 54 as he led off the game with his home run to right field.
A 1-0 pitch, fastball away, and drove it a long, long way. Top of the order, Julio, Mitch Haniger, and Eugenio Suarez. 1-0 on that blast in the first inning. Another hard hit ball off the bat of Julio Rodriguez. Again, he was ahead in the count 1-0. Julio coming off a nice 2-for-4 night last night with an RBI, and he's 2 for 2.
Well, it's a cutter. It's actually above the strike zone. And Julio being aggressive. You can see on Mick Delivery's Super Mold the swing. He'll get it off the end of the bat just a little bit, but hits it in that gap area, drops it right in front of the left fielder.
And to hit it off the end of the bat the way he did, it still was pretty hard hit.
Yeah, pretty well struck, no doubt about it.
That leadoff homer today. Julio now has 50 extra base hits this season. He ties with Ichiro back in 01 for the fourth most extra base hits by a rookie in club history. Haniger, as Julio dives back safely, fouled out to Matt Olson, the first baseman.
24 out of 30 in stolen base attempts for Julio Rodriguez so far this season. Working on that 25-25 season.
He's in good shape. 24 homers. Good move. Quick feet there by Odorizzi to keep him close. Haniger battling against Jake Odorizzi, who's got 7 career hits against Jake. They will check his swing. Odorizzi, 6'2", 190, 32 years old, out of Breeze, Illinois. You know where that is? That near Stomping Grounds?
I've never actually heard of Breeze, Illinois.
BREESE, Illinois. Highland High School, Highland, Illinois. How about that?
Interesting.
Pulled foul, 1-1. Somebody's going to call up and say, "What are you talking about? You got a cousin in Breeze, Illinois. What are you talking about?"
You're going to get me in trouble up here, Dave.
Marco Gonzalez, while we were talking to John, recorded his 4th strikeout. In fact, he had 3 consecutive strikeouts. Runner goes. No chance. Oh, he got him on the back foot. Are you kidding? What a tag by Grissom. It looked like Julio was in good shape.
Well, Contreras throws this one from his knees. A great jump by Julio. Contreras does not take the time to stand up, just gets rid of it from his knees. Up the line just a touch.
Oh, he did get him.
And looks like he does get the leg before that left hand gets in there.
Eric Bacchus, good call. Second base umpire. 2-4 on the putout. 7th time Julio's been caught. When I saw Contreras load up from his knees, and watching Julio at the same time, it looked like he was accelerating in, and he got more on that throw than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, and he did a really nice job. If you're going to miss as a catcher, you want to miss up the line. You've still got a pretty good chance based on where the runner is sliding, just like we saw. Sometimes that tag can get down and get a leg or a hip or even a foot before the hand gets in there, and that was the case that time.
Henniger strikes out. Third strikeout for Odorizzi. 2 down, third inning. It's Tuesday. The Padres are in town, and the Mariners are introducing a new ticket special, Swaggerty Night. For just $23, you can celebrate Mariners outfielder Sam Haggerty with a main level seat and Swaggerty headband. So get your tickets at mariners.com/Swaggerty.
Dave, I know you like to wear the hat, but I would kill to see you in the Swaggerty.
Count on it. You show up here Tuesday, I'm going to have one on. Bank on it.
I love it.
Thank you.
I will be here Tuesday, so I'm going to put you to test.
The shock is going to have you in that thing. That'll be. And if Mike Blowers wears one, then we have a news item. Gino walked his first time up. 1-0 and a Julio home run leading off the home first. Good rip. Contreras holds on.
Good four-seam fastball from Odorizzi just off the plate. Again, he's had pretty good command today.
2-2.
Seems to be settling in a little bit. Took him a couple of hitters. It's another four-seam fastball, a little bit of run to it.
Two outs and a 2-2 pitch. Contreras wanted that one. Full count. Here's the payoff. Took a little off of it. If he can keep it going, Cal Raleigh will be next. A run on 3 hits with an error for the Mariners. Zeros across for the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors. Popped it up. Olson, the right fielder Grossman. Look out. And that's not a good sign. He's grabbing his knee. That's a terrible sign. That'll do it. We'll update you when we get back. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. First Tech is your financial partner investing in Mariner fans everywhere. And by Emerald Queen Casino. Bet, watch, and win at the all-new EQC Sportsbook. Emerald Queen Casino, the betting capital of the Northwest. Now we just got some good news here as we saw Vaughn Grissom get up the field in his own power and look like here's Robbie Grossman. He was calling and then looking at the right knee. And then he goes down grabbing the right knee, and then that is one of the real scary sights, and we were all thrilled to see him jog off. How about the mental part? Like when you feel that jolt in your knee and you're thinking, I'm having a great season, I'm a rookie, and now this happens.
It's just it's a bad feeling that the two guys collide, and it obviously at full time it didn't look like there was too much contact, but it doesn't take a lot of contact. He fell to the ground, and you just wait to feel that pain. And where's the pain? Had it in his knee clearly, but we are just grateful he was able to get up and get off the field under his own power. And they'll take a look at him a little bit further, I'm sure. But
hopefully he can stay in the game. Maybe it's one of those things to just shake it off. But boy, oh boy, you hate seeing stuff like that. 1-0 on a Julio home run leading off the home first. Marco's been outstanding. Got a double play and a strikeout in the first inning, and then he went 1-2-3 in the second, 1-2-3 in the third. And he's got 4 strikeouts and a run of 3 consecutive. And here's Acuna Jr. leading off top 4. Marco struck out Grissom to end the second, then got Harris and Ozuna in the third inning for the 3 consecutive strikes. What do you like about what you've seen so far?
Well, he's just, again, quality strikes. He's been around the strike zone, hasn't made many mistakes in the middle of the plate, continues to mix like he normally does. And it's been a good matchup so far with this Atlanta lineup.
Big swing by Acuna Jr. reached on an error by J.P. Crawford. First inning.
Credit Cal Raleigh too, Dave. He's been back there in this series. He's seen these hitters over and over again, and he knows the adjustments they're trying to make. So he's able to tailor his game plan to that as well.
See those numbers of Mariner pitching really have held him down. 1 for 10. Missed so much of last year. ACL injury, torn ACL. More colorful players and just productive players. Just all-star quality player, young kid. Acuna signed through the year 2028. 28 for him. Riley 23. Michael Harris 2032. Matt Olson through 2030. They're going to be around for a while.
Dave, you and I were talking off the air yesterday about how this is reminiscent of those early teams in the 90s, Cleveland Indians, where they had a great young crew of players and signed them to longer term deals.
There's Julio coming on. Yeah, the Baerga, Alomar, Tomey group.
Yep. Throwing Manny Ramirez in there.
Boy, my goodness.
Charles.
He had his issues, but that dude could hit.
He could hit. Kenny Lofton, I think, was a long-term young player as well.
Marco Gonzalez throwing a very nice ball game. Last 4 starts, 3-1, a 2.96, beating Oakland, Cleveland, and Detroit. Pitched well against the White Sox last time out. It's his second go against Atlanta, down in Atlanta 5 years ago. He went 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits and 2 runs in a loss. He's got Swanson quickly 0-2. Struck him out on an 0-2 pitch in the first inning.
Again, you can see the quality of pitches that Marco's had. He gets the curveball top of the zone to get ahead, and then that pitch just outside the strike zone away from Swanson. All he can do is swing through it. So he's around the plate, but not to where these Brave hitters can square it up.
What about the difference, his style against what the Braves saw in Kirby last night? How big an adjustment are we talking about?
Well, I think when you talk pitching, Dave, it's all about location in your command, and these guys are throwing pitches that are just difficult to square up, and whether that's at 95 miles an hour or whether it's at 85 miles an hour, it doesn't really matter. If it's in a location that's tough to square up, you're going to give a lineup a lot of trouble, and the Mariner pitchers have done that both as starters and bullpen this whole series.
It'd be great to see the Mariners win this game, a rubber match against the Braves. Atlanta's 4-10 in rubber games this year, fouled back. 0-5 on the road. Mariners are 8-8 in 16 rubber games this season. Two balls, 2 strikes. Another full count. Back-to-back full counts. Marco has not walked anybody. Swanson will be a free agent at the end of this season. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. It's playable for Santana. It's in fair territory. So 2 outs here in the 4th. 1-0 Mariners. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Glad you've joined us this Sunday afternoon. Hope it's going well for you wherever you're watching us from. Dave Sims and Mariners Hall of Famer Dan Wilson with you. 2 outs. Here's Austin Riley. Remember when this kid was coming up, they were raving about him, and man, he has just flourished. That's a good third base too.
This first pitch from Marco in on his hands. Maybe Mike caught a little bit of the strike zone, but didn't get the call.
You know, there's something that just struck me, Dan, as I look at Riley from our distance here. It reminds me of the guy you played with, Troy Glaus.
Oh yeah,
very similar and pretty upright in the stance.
Stands up and down.
Three and 0. Marco doesn't have to worry about adjusting to the pitch clock next year. Boy, that smoked. Headed for the pen and into the pen. Got a tie ball game at 1-1. Home run for Riley is 36th, RBI number 90. Breaks a tie with Paul Goldschmidt for home runs in the National League. Leads the National League in extra base hits.
Well, Austin Riley's been awfully quiet here in this series so far, and he gets a cutter. Big delivery. Super Mo, you see it kind of barreling in on him, but with the 3-0 count, he was being aggressive, able to get it, the barrel to it. 111 miles an hour off the bat into the Mariner bullpen, and Braves have tied this up.
Matt Olson looks at a strike. No question about that. Braves #1 home run team in the National League. That's number 211 on the season. Julio's home run gives the Mariners 166, 5th in the American League. Two outs, nobody on. Olsen grounded out into the shift. Frazier in short right field. He goes the other way. Haggerty, good speed. Hey, wow, another great catch. Sam Haggerty. Got a good athlete out there in left field. Great range. Quicks. He's got the entire package. Marco acknowledges, and he'll give him a big thank you when he comes into the dugout. We got a 1-1 game here at T-Mobile Park. Moment, and Sam Haggerty impacting this ball club in a very large way.
Yeah, there's several great things about this catch, Dave. Number one is it comes after the home run to Riley, kind of shuts the inning down, shuts down the Atlanta Braves. But furthermore, coming off the bat of Olsen, that ball tailing towards the line away from Sam Haggerty, and Sam's glove hand is on the left side. He's got to reach all the way across his body, and that's just a great catch, great concentration.
And you notice too, put an extra squeeze on it so it doesn't fall out when he hits the ground. Job well done. Go back to Scott Service's comment. He's turning foul balls into an out is a great thing. He says, I don't know what he's going to do, but it'll be fun.
Only took 4 innings to do it. He's just an exciting player to watch, and defensively, offensively, he's done the job all season long, and that was just another great catch. Again, at a good time in the ball game, because you don't want to let that momentum slip away from you. You give up the home run, that's okay. You get the next guy, but if that ball falls in for a double, the Atlanta Braves might be off and running a little bit.
1-1 to Cal. It'll be Cal Raleigh, Carlos Santana, Adam Frazier, 4, 5, and 6 for the Mariners. Julio with a home run to open up the home first. Jen Mueller checking in on a quote from the media session with Scott Service. Got the shift on against Cal Raleigh. They got the third baseman Riley out there in short right field off the glove of Contreras. 1-2. I mentioned on Friday, that's a big team, this Atlanta Braves. A lot of guys 6'2" and more. back-to-back series. The Chicago White Sox came in here with one of his teams looking good coming off the bus. They're playing some good ball the last few days. 3-2. Carlos Santana's on deck. And there's a walk. Second walk issued by Odorizzi. Leadoff walk here in the fourth. And now, quick word from Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm's Season of Dreams sweepstakes could take you to the World Series. Go to MLB.com/Season of Dreams to view official rules and to enter the Season of Dreams sweepstakes today.
Here is Carlos Santana, grounded out to second baseman Vaughn Grisham. Keep the shift on against Carlos. Strike one. Odorizzi does not walk a lot of people. 25 innings, 7 walks. Month of August. Jacobs walked 2 today. He walked Suarez in the first, and now Cal here in the fourth.
Couple of change-ups to start Santana off. It's that split change-up and trying to get Carlos out in front, trying to roll over, pick up that double play.
Thought about it. Was able to hold up. 2-1. Orioles continue to lose ground. They lose 1-0 at home to the Red Sox. Good explanation there from Jen by way of the Skipper Scott service. Regarding Ty France, and you noticed some of the misses he had last night. You could see it was affecting his wrist.
Yeah, good day to get a little rest today. Got tomorrow off as well. And then you're not playing till Tuesday night. So a chance to get some good rest for Ty France.
3-1 pitch. Back-to-back walks. Got to get that cash register ringing now with a couple of freebies here. This Wednesday, Mariners, they celebrate Hispanic Heritage Day. It's presented by T-Mobile. Come on out for a matinee matchup against the Padres, a 1:10 first pitch. Mariners recognize the Hispanic community's contributions to the game of baseball and the Pacific Northwest, and you know those contributions are immeasurable. Get your tickets at mariners.com. NL wild card where the Padres are. The Brewers, boy, they were looking good for a long time. Phillies jumped into that mix. The Padres, with Soto really not exactly swinging it, are hanging in. Game of interest to the Braves. Mets beat the Marlins 9-3. Nobody out. 2-1. Bunt. Foul. Like the thought.
Bunsen in the right spot, trying to make that third baseman field it. Let both runners move up. See him square around, bat angle towards third base, and he just pushes it just a touch outside the line. One thing not as easy as it looks.
Correct. Agreed.
Especially when you don't do it quite as often, and players today don't get an opportunity to bunt all that much. Couple the fact that Santana, Raleigh, not speed players by any means, so you have to have a pretty good bunt here to get both these guys advanced.
1-1. Trying to flip it over the head of Riley to third baseman. 1-2. Couple of home runs in this game. Julio, and then Austin Riley ties it top of the fourth. Pretty good threat being mounted here by the Mariners. First and second, nobody out. That's hit well, right center field. Long run for Harris. He is not going to get it. It's off the base of the wall. Cal with Carlos right behind him. They're going to score 1-2 like that. A triple. Two-run triple. Adam Frazier, 3-1 Mariners. Walk it, kaboom.
Well, Adam Frazier's going to pick up his second hit of the night. And it's a fastball up at the top of the zone, and he gets his barrel to it. Make delivery, Supermo. See it coming off the wall. Harris gave chase all the way to the wall, but unable to come up with it. Robbie Grossman there to pick up the rebound, but Adam Frazier, good speed, heads into third base.
Fourth triple, and Adam knew he had plenty of extras. Shift a little higher gear right there. Play in front of him. Nicely done. Do not know what is holding us up, but the plate umpire Bruce Dreckman is ready to roll here.
I think they're checking to see if someone, maybe they missed third base. That thing to me looks like an appeal play here. Odorizzi will step off.
Got to check. Let's see.
I think Santana. You see Cal Raleigh hit the bag, and then Santana around, and he hits the front part of the bag.
Yep. Nobody out, runner at third. Got to get this guy in. Winker struck out looking. 2-2 pitch. The baseball handbook, unofficial handbook, Dan, this is a must-have situation. Nobody out, runner at third.
Yeah, you're trying to get something up in the strike zone so you can get a fly ball to the outfield. Want to stay away from a ground ball with the infield in. Try to get something in the air.
But out of the outfield. Out of the infield, I should say, as Riley gets under it. Chance for J.P. Crawford to pick up that run. J.P. grounded out to third, first time up. Infield of Riley, Swanson, Grissom, and Olson. The outfield for the Braves, Ozuna, Harrison, Grossman. Infield still up close. Strike one to JP.
The situation still the same here, Dave. Trying to get something to the outfield in the air. Adam Frazier, good speed at third base, so doesn't have to be exceptionally deep.
JP looking for his 38th RBI. Good take. Did not go. This is Paul Emmel, 1-1. One pitch here to JP. Runner at third, 1 out. Riley might have a play. And he does. Check in with Tom Glasgow.
All right, David, from our mobile Ford Sports desk in the Terrace Club 200 level, let's check in on the Baltimore Orioles. They seem to be fading a bit in the wild card race. They lose at home to the Red Sox 1-0. The Red Sox only run a sac fly in the first by Xander Bogaerts. Rich Hill and 4 relievers combine on the 4-hit shutout.
All right, Tom, 6 games back in the loss column, 7 when you count the Mariners. Holding the tiebreaker. Toronto at Texas. Right now, Texas leads 3-1 late in the 7th. There's Haggerty. See if he can pick up this run after a couple pop-ups. Odorizzi down 3-1 now. 1-0 count to Haggerty. 1-1. Callum McHugh, the veteran right-hander, heating up in the bullpen for Atlanta. Saw lots of him in Houston's early days when they came over here to the American League, and he pitched very effectively against the Mariners. That'll play.
A good combination there. The fastball up and then this change or split change down at the bottom of the zone. He's just mixed and matched. He's used the top of the zone a lot today.
One-two pitch. Stopped by Contreras. Sam trying to pass it along to Julio. Trying to keep it going here in the 4th. Big crowd here at the ballpark, T-Mobile Park. Man, it is a beautiful sight to see all these folks here. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner at third. There you go, base hit. 4-1 Mariners. Sam Haggerty. Man, is he having a run these last 3 days. RBI for Sam, his 17th.
Sam Haggerty's doing it on both sides of the ball. You see Odorizzi trying to go top of the zone and even higher to try to get that swing and miss, and Sam does such a nice job staying on top of this pitch, able to deposit it into left center. And Dave, that's a big run because getting that 3-run differential between you and Atlanta is big, and that's a big run because the Mariners just continue to add on, continue to give that bullpen of theirs insurance. Obviously right now Marco Gonzalez spinning a beautiful ball game, but those runs, those add-on runs are so important, and Sam Haggerty just continues to do it on both sides of the ball.
How about the impact? I mean, he makes a great catch in the 4th, and now an RBI with 2 outs, runner at third. He picks up Winker and Crawford for sure and gets it to Julio now, who's 2 for 2. Home run to lead off the home first. Brian Snitker, he's going to make a change. He's seen enough of Odorizzi this afternoon. Mariners have a 4-1 lead and looking for more. Amtrak Cascades with 18 stops along the corridor. You've got lots of destinations to enjoy. Plan your getaway. Grab tickets at Emerald Cascades at AmtrakCascades.com. By the Washington State Department of Revenue, you might have unclaimed cash. Find out. ClaimYourCash.org. And by UW Medicine, top-ranked research, care, and learning, working together to improve patient care. UW Medicine, higher degree of healthcare. Jake Odorizzi chased after 3 2/3.
Yeah, had a little trouble getting settled today. Never really found his groove. Tried to use the top of the zone a lot and got hurt a couple of times, namely to Julio Rodriguez. And then Sam Haggerty picks up a big 2-out RBI. Colin McHugh will take over for the Atlanta Braves. 49th appearance on the season. 64 strikeouts in 59 1/3 innings of work. Lots of cutters, lots of sliders from McHugh, occasional curveball. And he's still got a little work to do here in the 4th inning with the Mariners.
Yes, indeed. Julio at the dish, 2 for 2. Home run to right center, base hit to left. He was caught stealing in the 3rd. McHugh, 35 years old now, 6'2", 191, originally drafted by the Mets. Foul ball. Now it's time for a look at our Northwest Chevy Silverado drive of the game. Julio, he powders one right center field. Home run number 24, RBI number 70. Over to first, back safely. And Sam Haggerty, who's 11 out of 12 in base stealing.
Sam likes to make it happen. On the bases, he likes to make it happen everywhere, but on the bases especially.
McHugh in his 10th year in the big leagues. Slow breaking ball for strike. Got Julio 0-2. McHugh, his best years with Houston, 58 and 35. In 195 games, 110 starts, 3.63 ERA. Oh, 2 to Julio.
Their slider down below the zone. Nothing straight from McHugh. A lot of cutters. Throw that close to 90, and then that slider a little bit slower, a little more break to that.
McHugh, a lot of success against the Mariners in his career. 9-4, 3.61 ERA, 22 games, 13 starts. Standing leading. Your thoughts on Julio's knowledge of the strike zone?
Well, it's gotten incredibly better over the course of the season. I think early on he was chasing a little bit, but as of late, and in this later stage of the season, he's got much more patience at the plate, looking more for his pitch. And McHugh's going to try to get him to chase, but Julio's been much more patient.
Got a piece of it. Contreras holds on. It was a big inning nevertheless. The Mariners put a 3 spot on the board, have a 4-1 lead going to the 5th. Today through 4. And he's been on a nice roll his last 4 starts. 3-1 with a 2.96. And Den Wilson today, he's got 4 strikeouts. He did give up a home run to Riley, but there's no shame there. Riley's one of the best home run guys we have in the business.
Yeah, the only damage, Dave, as you mentioned, the 3-0 pitch to Austin Riley. He put it in the left field bullpen. But outside of that, Marco has been outstanding. 67 pitches through his 4 innings of work.
Starts off Contreras with a strike. Contreras, Grissom, and Harris coming up here in the 5th. Straight away center field. Julio measuring, looking, twisting, turning, can't get it. And Haniger gets it in quickly. Ball looked like it was doing all kinds of things, Dan. The way Julio was going, and he tied knots.
Well, the ones that are the most difficult are the ones that are straight at you over your head. This ball hit hard. Make delivery super mo. You'll see Julio turn one way, then the other, and then runs out of room with the wall right there. But we talked about this, Dave. This is a lineup that doesn't stop. William Contreras, leadoff double. And as you get to the bottom of the order, there's no taking a breath. There's a lot of good hitters down there as well. So Marco will continue to pitch.
There's Vaughn Grissom. Though it might have lost them to this game with an injury. a couple of innings ago when he collided with Robbie Grossman, ending the third. That was off the bat of Suarez. Glad to see he's okay. Struck out his first time. It was the second hit by the Braves off of Marco. Boy, sad piece of news I picked up today, and it's all over the wires. Anthony Favaro, who had a cup of coffee with the Mariners, retired in 2016 to become a police officer in New York City, killed in a car crash this morning on the way to work at the September 11th memorial ceremony in Manhattan. And thoughts and prayers go out to his family. He played his college baseball at St. John's, and I covered a lot of St. John's baseball over the years, and he was a very good kid when he was here. Sorry to see that. Ground ball, Gino. He'll hold the runner at second. One away, runner at second, and now a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Mix Good sauce with my new spicy Good sauce for spicy good sauce.
One more note on Favaro. He played for both the Mariners and the Braves and the Red Sox in a 6-year big league career. Here's Michael Harris, the second, struck out on a 2-2 pitch, leading off the third. Broken bat looper. JP's right there. So 2 down here in the 5th. And Marco would love to escape with just that one hit and a runner stranded at second.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job since that double. He's coming right back at him. Got Grissom on out front on that ground ball, kept the runner at second base, and then jams Harris the second right there on a good pitch in off the plate. So continuing to have great command today.
Dangerous hitter here in Ozuna. Low average, but a big home run guy with 21. Over the years watching Ozuna with these guys in Miami, he does not cheat himself on those swings.
No, and you can see Marco trying to get in there on his hands. A good located fastball, 4-seamer right in there. Trying to speed him up a little bit, tie him up tight. Will eventually open up that outside part of the plate.
1-1, 2 out, runner at second. 4-1 Mariners. Big 3 spot in the home 4th. Marco really teases you with some of these pitches, you know, the location. And
that was a good cutter up at the top of the zone.
1-2, 2 out, runner at second. Well off the plate, Marco. 4 strikeouts, no walks today. 1 run, 2 hits. Two pitch. Oh boy, did he get on top of that.
He comes way in off the plate with a cutter, trying to get the swing and miss, and Ozuna just pulls his hand straight in, throws the barrel at it, hits it way foul.
Big 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. You can see how Marco is really messing with their timing. You see them guys, they're loading and then they're on that front foot, and the pitch is way away from them, and a little bit messing up timing, no question about it.
Oh yeah, it's really going in and out with Ozuna, trying to get him to chase off the plate away, but so far he hasn't.
Mr. Crawford will take care of this. The double, harmless in the 5th. When we come back, it'll be Mitch Haniger, Eugenio Suarez, and Cal Raleigh. Mariners enjoy a 4-1 lead over Atlanta. Is brought to you by Heritage Canned Cocktails from Heritage Distilling Company. Simple, but not basic. Glad you joined us this Sunday afternoon, everybody. T-Mobile Park, cloudy day, and the smoke's still an issue, not as much as it was yesterday. Big crowd here on hand, 40,000 plus again for the Mariners and the Braves. There's your score, 4-1. Julio, home first, opened up with a home run, 4th inning. 2-run triple by Adam Frazier, RBI single with 2 outs by Sam Haggerty. Home run for Austin Riley so far for Atlanta. Colin McHugh continues on in relief of Jake Odorizzi. Mariner pitching stellar.
Now they've been able to keep a very offensive ball club pretty silent. Just 3 singles last night and just a couple of hits today. The big one, the home run.
Breaking ball to Haniger, 0 for 2 today. Braves in the first game won 6-4 for their 10 hits or home runs. Hanny going the other way. Deep in the corner, Grossman. Deep into the corner. It is a foul ball. First base umpire Pat Hoberg.
But we lose sight of it up here, Dave. It's well into that right field corner. And you can see it hit the wall and shoots back out into the playing surface.
Oh, you hit it the other way. They got 3 infielders on the left side. 1-2 from McHugh. McHugh sort of a right-handed version of Marco, right?
A lot of cutters.
Yeah.
He relies on that slider a little bit more.
That was a good pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for McHugh.
Well, he changes speeds a little bit on this slider, and he takes one off a little bit more here. This one only at 80 miles an hour. McDelivery Supermo. You see Mitch out in front trying to reach for it, which is why McHugh took a little bit more off of it, wanted him to try to reach for it.
Here's Suarez walking a flat to right. 7th in home runs in the American League and 9th in RBI. Good year. Does lead the majors in strikeouts. He's been super productive and played a really good 3rd. One from McHugh. 2-1. Very effective pitch right there. 2-2. Following the teams Mariners are hooked up with in the wild card chase. Rays short end. Top 7 trailing at Yankee Stadium 10-3. Blue Jays losing at Texas 4-1, top 9. Red Sox beating the Orioles 1-0. Three-two pitch. Center field going way back. Big carry going back. Gone. Gino with another home run. Hey, Eugenio Suarez, his 29th. RBI number 81. Man, he can charge him up. The Mariners have a 5-1 lead. 2 more home runs today for the Mariners. It's a multi-home run game. 4 consecutive in that department and 11 of the last 14 games. He's got to get to where to bomb it here.
Well, Eugenio gets the full count, and it's a cutter, and it's even off the plate away. You see the good extension right here from Suarez. Finds the barrel, and another center field home run as Michael Harris gives chase to it out there in center field, but unable to bring it in.
Tell you what, he made a heck of an effort.
And just beyond that glove.
Well, he hit the hops. There's Cal Raleigh. Breaking ball for strike 101. Well, home run is a thing for the Mariners these days. 2 more today. 167 on the season. 5th in the American League starting today.
More importantly, Dave, it's another insurance run for the Mariners, making that difference a little bit wider.
Both of these teams come in with good numbers in terms of run prevention. Braves giving up 3.81 runs per game, 3rd in the National League, and the Mariners are 3rd to Houston and the Yankees at 3.71. 2-2. A lot of off-speed stuff from McHugh. Cal strikes out. 2 outs. 3rd strikeout for McHugh, and that'll bring up Carlos Santana.
Dave, you and I were talking between the inning here about Colin McHugh, the younger Colin McHugh, with a really nice curveball, overhand curveball, sharp breaker. Seems as though as his older age he's turned that into a sharp slider, and he's thrown some good ones today. That one right there on the back door to Cal Raleigh.
Well, last time we saw Carlos foul a ball off his leg 2 nights ago, he hit a home run. As he told Scott Service, Scott retelling the story yesterday, he said, Skip, I'm all right. I'll hit a line drive for you. And hit off the facing of the 3rd deck.
Well, this is that slider again, and it finds the pad, thankfully, but the impact will still hurt.
Yep.
Right there is where the foot connects to the leg. Actually isn't a lot of padding there in that area. Might have found the spot where there isn't a lot of protection.
Just like Friday night leading off in the 7th.
This was Friday night, and we're basically the same spot.
Carbon copy. Does he answer with another home run?
That would be awesome.
5-1 lead for the Mariners. Rubber match against the Atlanta Braves. Mariners 8-8 in rubber matches. Braves 4-10, 0-5 on the road. He did hit it hard. Will it sink? Robbie Grossman makes the play. Eric Bacchus, the second base umpire, had a good look at it. Highlight of the inning, Gino with another home run. His 29th, and the Mariners have a 5-1 lead. Coverage in the game. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. We come to above the T and the M there. T-Mobile Park, take out the left field. Just like the last couple of nights, the lower bowl totally filled, and the upper deck quite well represented. I mean, we got 40,000 plus here again today. I haven't heard the number, but it's a big one. And great to have you fans out here at the ballpark and at home, of course. 44,965 yesterday, 42,114 on Friday. Playoff postseason fever. Catch it if you haven't already caught it.
It's been a great atmosphere. Ballpark's been a lot of fun to be around during this series.
Robbie Grossman, Acuna, and Swanson 9-1 and 2 coming up against Marco Gonzalez. Marco threw 5. 1 run, 2 hits. 4 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a home run to Riley. Gave up a leadoff double to Contreras last inning and left them there. And quick dismissal of Robbie Grossman, strikeout number 5.
Well, he goes to the top of the zone, and it's a 4-seamer up there. McDelivery, Supermo, good spin.
That good ride on it, and Grossman unable to get on top of it. Marco started the inning with 80 pitches and just seems to be cruising.
And on a good roll, winning 3 of his last 4 starts. Breaking ball to Acuna. Reached on an error in the first inning and fly it out to center. Marco's got him 0-2. First time the Mariners playing the Braves since the 17 season down there in Atlanta. Lost 2 out of 3, and Atlanta's last time here in Seattle was back in 2014. Comes the 0-2. There you go. We'll return to visit. Everybody playing everybody in baseball will be down there next May in Atlanta. Took a lot off of that pitch. Truist Park in fairly well northwest of the old downtown location of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium.
Heard a lot of good things about the ballpark. I've not been there myself, but
big ballpark.
It sounds like it's big.
Booth is up high, not quite as high as Pittsburgh and Washington or Texas. It's not bad. No public, no or very little public transportation to get you there. So everybody's hiring buses or driving to the ballpark. 2-2.
Well, after missing with a couple of changeups, he goes to the 4-seamer, up and in again. Trying to get that swing and miss, but a little bit too high. Acuna not biting on that fastball.
3-2 pitch. Hit hard. JP's right there. 2 down. It hit hard, but nothing to show for it. An unparalleled sports experience. It's coming to T-Mobile Park, the all-new Press Club. Limited number of full season memberships are available to enjoy spectacular views and an incredible all-inclusive food and drink menu. Visit Mariners.com/Press Club for some of the best seats in the ballpark for 2023 and All-Star Week. 2 outs. Here's Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, 0-for-2. Haggerty will put it away. Marco, crisp, clean, efficient in the 6th. Well, they've nice lead, a 5-1 over a good Braves ball club. Is brought to you by USAA Insurance, committed to the military community. I want to thank all the folks in the military, past and present, retired. Thank you for your service. How about your ball club here in the great Pacific Northwest in Seattle, Washington? Beating a good Atlanta Braves team right now, 5-1. Tyler Matzek, a 5-year veteran. He's been with Colorado 3 years now with Atlanta. Is going to take over.
33 2/3 innings on the year, 27 strikeouts. Walks a little high, 17. He's got a good fastball, Dave, 94, 95 miles an hour on an average, and he throws it a lot, 76% of the time. So a lot of fastballs for the Mariner hitters coming up.
Adam Frazier, 2-run triple back in the 4th. Also had a base hit and a stolen base in the 2nd. Good day for it. That's like a big kid at 6'3", 230, 31 years old, out of Mission Viejo, California. He was an 11th round pick in 09 by the Rockies. Began his career as a starter with the Rockies at 14. He went 6-11. A 3-0. Right now, Adam Frazier in the driver's seat. Taken all the way, 3-1. It'll be Frazier, Winker, and Crawford, all left-handers. You got Haggerty, a switch hitter. after them, and then back to the top of the order in Julio. A little late, 3-2.
Well, after falling behind 3-0, a couple of good fastballs. That one in the middle of the plate. And found himself back in the count here, 3-2.
Infield straight up for Frazier. Harris, the center fielder, a little bit towards left center. And he's aboard. Mariners baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 45 years. By Xfinity, supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi, unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Steel. To find your local Steel dealers, visit steeldealers.com. Dave Sims, the Mariners Hall of Famer Dan Wilson with you. Mariners trying to win a series from the Atlanta Braves, and right now with a 5-1 lead. Here's Jesse Winker. Struck out looking and popped up 0 for 2. That's having problems here.
Well, as we mentioned, 17 walks on the year. He gets a little wild.
Mariners are going to go to their outstanding bullpen, looks like, for the 7th inning. Jesse pops this one up. The catcher Contreras with Olsen calling him off. Good communication. Good peel off by Contreras.
That's typically how that works, and pretty good demonstration of how the communication should work on the infield. Catcher goes for it until he hears the first baseman or the third baseman call it off, and he heard him, and then Dave, you got to get out of the way. You don't want to run into the guy.
First time you had to catch pop-ups without a cage. What do you remember about that experience? Or did you always, when you were in high school, did you have a cage?
No, always took it off. Yep.
No. Let me rephrase. Where you didn't have, you weren't in a.
Oh, right.
You know, in a
backstop.
Yeah, in a backstop situation.
Yeah, no, always. Pop-ups were always. We never had a cage, so I was able to get it from a young age.
I didn't get it till 9th grade, and it was an eye-opener.
Oh
man.
yeah, especially behind the plate. It's a different experience.
Yes,
back
it
there.
is.
You got to get your back turned to the infield.
It changed everything. I mean, I was pretty good at it, but boy, what that first couple of weeks. 1-0 to JP. My coach was one of those guys. Where do you want it? Either left side, right side,
boy.
up the middle. I mean, it was an artiste. Robert Mage McDonald. He was a beauty. Frazier, the runner at first. Strike 2 to JP, 1-2.
Well, Matzik all of a sudden has found it now. Got the pop-up on Winker. Good four-seam fastball, top of the zone there to JP Crawford.
That's a nice little flip shot right there. Frazier play in front of him. He's going to dig for third and get there easily as it gets all the way to the track. Manny's going to wave him. Here is no throw. RBI double. J.P. Crawford, 6-1 Mariners. Boy, that was nice. Good two-strike hitting by J.P. Picks up his 38th RBI, 23rd double.
This is just flat-out good hitting. Mick delivery, Supermo. You see the swing. It's a pretty well-located pitch, Dave. Down and away in that corner, off the corner, and J.P. Crawford just puts an outstanding swing on it. Goes the other way, which we've seen him do so often, and picks up a double to the gap.
And he celebrates with the bench.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty.
That was outstanding. And again, the important part, another tack on, add on run for the Mariners.
There's Sam Haggerty, switch hitter, batting right-handed, 6-1 lead, 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. Marco Gonzalez threw 6, held a very good hitting Brave team to 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 5, didn't walk anybody. Gave up a home run to Riley. That's it. 0-1 to Sam. JP get back to the bag. Tom Glasgow's got some good news for us, and I'm sure. What do you have, Tom?
Dave, exactly. So far, so good here at T-Mobile at Yankee Stadium. More good news for the Mariners. New York leading Tampa Bay 10-3. That's in the top of the 8th inning. The Yankees with 4 home runs today, none from Aaron Judge, but 2 from Gleyber Torres. So the wild card leaders, Tampa Bay, taking a bit of a hit today so far in the Bronx.
Can hear John Sterling right now. It's Gleyber Day. Thanks, Tom. There's a look at the AL East. Julio, home run, single, strikeout.
We talk about it a lot, Dave. Good pitching, how important it is. And the Mariners today on offense, 4 walks, 3 of which have come around to score. And that's, this Atlanta team does not beat itself, but today has so far given up a lot of free passes, and they've come around to hurt them.
I think Julio may have to retie his shoes.
Fastball 95 inside corner.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Julio trying to turn on that one.
JP's at second, 2 outs, a run on the board, 6-1 Mariners. Julio's home run on a 1-0 pitch opened up the home first, right center field, and they got pounded. Home run number 24 for him. 2-1 pitch here. And gets away, and JP in standing at third. Wow, pitch.
Well, this is that slider. McDelivery Super Mo shows it bounce well in front of home plate. Saw it kind of kick back towards first base, and when it bounces that far out in front of home plate, Dave, it's a lot harder to corral because it has so much more distance to go a different direction as it gets to the catcher. And Contreras did what he could, but it went up the line a little bit. JP easily moves to third base.
3-1 here to Julio. Six-1 Mariners, 2 outs, and a 3-1 to Julio. And he's aboard for the 3rd time today. Runners at the corners for Mitch Haniger. And now a quick word from Seattle Cancer Care Alliance Proton Therapy Center.
I found out I had prostate cancer on opening day 2017. I had a friend who had prostate cancer, and I saw the side effects he was going through, and I just thought there had to be a better way. It was much easier than I ever thought possible. If I had to recommend proton therapy, I absolutely would.
I send up Taylor Trammell, pinch hit for Mitch Haniger here in the 6th. Taylor's been in between on a lot of his swings lately, too. He's in early attack mode here. First pitch strike. It's his 38th game for Taylor. Hamstring pull delayed the start of his season with the big club. He did come up, did a nice job playing in the outfield. Stopped by Contreras.
So prior to September 1st call up, I had a chance to see Taylor play down in Tacoma a little bit. It was really swinging the bat, playing well down there.
He's got a 1-1 count here. Two out and two on. Trammell in 22 games down in Tacoma. 333 with 5 homers and 12 runs batted in. Matt Brash ready to rock. Trammell trying to keep this 6th inning working here for the Mariners. He's 1-2. He wasn't going to get beaten on a slider this time.
No, it's a slider down middle and just out in front of that a little bit. Pulls it foul.
Casey Sadler on the out for the season with arm injury. He tweeted that his daughter walked into the room and called Gino's home run earlier. 1-2 pitch. Out back. Casey, big part Mariners' success in the bullpen last year. RBI today for the Mariners. Julio, home run. Gino, a home run. 2-run triple by Frazier. RBI double JP. RBI single by Sam Haggerty. Marco Gonzalez, outstanding. 6 innings of 1 run, 2 hit ball with 5 strikeouts and no walks. This is a mile-high pop that Olsen will put away. Mariners get the RBI double from JP, take the lead to 6-1. And it was all pretty much good.
Well, another quality start for Marco this afternoon. He had it going. Good command, excellent location on his pitches. Used the top of the zone effectively with the heater and the cutter, and then able to use that changeup down and away to the right-handed hitters. You look at his strikeouts, 5 of them today. The cutter for 2 and the 4-seamer up at the top for 3 of the punch-outs. And just another outstanding outing. We're getting used to seeing it over and over again from Marco Gonzalez. The final line, 6 innings, just 2 hits. 1 was a homer. And that's that run there. You see 91 pitches, 5 punch-outs, no walks. First pitch strike, 75%. Tell you what, Dave, that's just a remedy and a recipe for really good pitching. Matt Brash will take over now for Marco Gonzalez. 28th appearance on the season, 41 1/3 innings, 47 strikeouts, 27 walks, and we know Matt's got the just electric stuff, that 97, 98 mile an hour fastball with his curve and his slider. He's just exciting to watch.
Sounds a big and plumbing call to the pen. Look at Marco. Kirby and Marco last 2 games against this Atlanta ball club. Not over yet, but it's trending well. It'll be Riley, Olsen, and Contreras. Taylor Trammell takes over in right. We hope everything's okay with Mitch Haniger. Riley accounting for the only run for Atlanta. 2 out. Home run, 4th inning. And he had a 3-0 green light as well. Then again, he came in tied with Goldschmidt for the lead in home runs in the National League, so why not? He did go. 2-2. Nasty pitch. Strikes out a very good hitter in Austin Riley. 1 down, 7th inning.
This is a really good slider here. Starts middle of the play. You can see the action on it. 89 miles an hour. Make delivery super mo. You see Riley swing right through that slider. Excellent location. You give Marco a lot of credit, Dave. Very different pitcher than George Kirby, but he sat in that dugout last night. He watched what George Kirby did to this Atlanta Braves lineup. He knew if he had good command today with whatever he was throwing up there, he was going to be in good shape. And again, just followed very, very similarly. Stayed on the corners, stayed in the top part of the zone up top, and just in and out. It's a typical Marco day, but command was excellent, and he held these Atlanta Braves down again.
Matt Olson 0 for 2. He had a slicing drive towards left that Sam Haggerty was able to dive for, reach, grab, hold on, make a heck of a play. And we told you, big number here today for attendance, 45,245. Sell out. Nice. That'll play. Mariners fever catch it. And they have 45,245 today, 44,962 yesterday, Friday 42,114. Why am I hearing that cha-ching sound in the background?
Well, it's the place to be, Dave. This has been exciting baseball. The Atlanta Braves is an excellent team, as we've talked about. Great pitching, great defense. They can really hammer the ball, and the Mariners have given them all they can handle and then some in this series. It's been a great battle. Fans have really been treated to some good baseball, and it's only going to get better, Dave, as we get deeper into September.
Indeed. 2-2 to Olson. 1 out, infield pulled around to the right. Longtime friend Ron Washington, third base coach for the Braves. Somebody's going to catch heck with you guys and that pitching staff in the playoffs. There's Wash, one of the great baseball men. Texas to a couple World Series appearances.
A lot of players around the league really have a lot of respect for Ron Washington and the coach that he is. And saw him out here early again today with Atlanta infielders running them through the drills. And
you know, it's funny. I was laugh when you recall that, because Perry Hill is doing the same thing. They are like two peas in a pod, man. Yeah. Both out every day, early, extra work. And I don't know what guys on either team would do if one of them called in sick, because everybody's attuned to it. Hey man, you got to get your work in.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. They go out there, and that's one of the greatest things about a coach, is the consistency every day. And Ron Washington, Perry Hill, they're out there every day doing it.
Brash with a walk. It's the first walk by Mariner pitching today. 1 out, 7th inning. Make sure you scan the QR code right here on the screen for Mariners value game tickets. That's $10 view, $20 main, $30 Terrace Club seats. The next value game is coming up Tuesday, 6:40. Note that time. It's against the Padres. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to mariners.com/value to secure your seats. This game is far from over. Contreras at the plate. He doubled center field back in the 5th, but Marco left him stranded there with a ground out, a broken bat pop up, and a soft liner. That's got him 0-2.
Couple of good sliders to start him out with. Contreras swinging and missing at that one at the top of the zone.
Fabulous pitch. Absolutely fabulous.
No,
2 outs.
2 sliders and a curveball, Dave, and that'll do it. Really good action on that curve. He starts it in the bottom part of the zone so that it breaks down below the zone.
McDelivery Super Mo. You see that knuckle curve action, and all Contreras can do is wave at it.
There's Grissom fouling one off of Cal's glove. Strike one. Grissom. Strike out and a ground out to Gino at third. He's got that baby working today. 0-2. Matt had the pleasure of having family and friends catching up with him in Detroit and Cleveland last road trip. Folks coming down from Ontario, Canada. The 0-2 pitch.
Trying to finish Grissom with that curveball again. He throws a dandy, but Grissom able to just get a piece of it to stay alive.
Matt way ahead here. 0-2, 2 out. Mariners up 6-1 as we play top 7. Strikeout, a walk, a strikeout, and he's way ahead of Grissom here. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Grissom. Oh, got away. Braves, no doubt scoreboard watching, know that the Mets won again 9-3 at Miami. They're now a game behind the Mets. 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Pride of Kingston, Ontario, Canada, dazzling here in the 7th. 3 strikeouts. And we go bottom 7 with the Mariners leading 6-1. We have to play Washington's lottery. When you play, all of Washington wins. In fact, over the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. Good vibes only here at the ballpark. Let me tell you, Mariners up big time. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Day off tomorrow. The boys will enjoy that. Padres for 2. Travel on Thursday down to Anaheim. Wraparound series against the Angels. Then the A's. We go up to Oakland. And then Kansas City. Look forward to seeing those guys and also going to the Negro League Museum and Hall of Fame once again, which is a must-do every time you go to Kansas City. Not to mention all the beef. I think the herd will get thinned a little bit when the Mariner crew comes to town.
Jackson Stevens takes over for the Atlanta Braves. 33rd appearance on the season. 43 strikeouts in 44 innings. Good fastball, slider, changeup.
Suarez with a home run. Center field on a 2-2 pitch. A second home run going center field in this series. Revisit Gino's blast. This is big time.
Well, it's actually a pitch that's off the plate away to Cutter. And so he gets full extension, finds the barrel.
Nice play by the first baseman Matt Olson. Low back tightness for Mitch Haniger. That's why he is out of the game. Precautionary measure. Teams of great interest to the Mariners. Here's what they have coming up. Tampa Bay 5 at Toronto, 3 against Texas, Jays, and they've got Baltimore, and Orioles have Washington and Toronto coming up. And a rare 5-game series. Wow. Tampa Bay, Toronto.
That'll be quite a series. A lot on the line there.
Cal Raleigh, who walked and scored in the 4th. His other 2 plate appearances struck out. RBIs today: Julio home run, Suarez Julio home run, Gino home run, 2 and triple Adam Frazier, RBI double J.P. Crawford, RBI single Haggerty. And Marco Gonzalez has been outstanding. Center field, backs up Harris, makes the play. So the Yankee game has gone final 10-4. Rays lose another game. Yankees take 2 out of 3 there. Concern for, or interest I should say, for Atlanta. Mets beat the Marlins 9-3. Guardians beat the Twins. As Carlos Santana looks at ball 1. Guardians 4-1 final. Boston beat the Orioles 1-0. And Rangers beat the Blue Jays 4-1. Carlos, a ground out, a walk, run scored. And Grossman made a nice catch on a sinking liner in right field. This one, Sky. This will be Swanson, the shortstop. Quick inning. Mariners go 1-2, 3-7. To the 8th we go. It's all Mariners 6-1. Best coverage in the game. Let's watch the T-Mobile coverage cam. Let's watch Sam Haggerty in motion. This is wonderful. That was a saving grab for the 3rd out in the 4th inning. Riley had just homered on a 3-0 pitch to center field. And then, as you pointed out, that was a momentum stopper right there. He didn't want to get these guys going.
No doubt. And, you know, we can't talk about good pitching without good defense behind it. Sam Haggerty has had a great series on defense, making some great catches as Eric Swanson takes over for the Mariners. 48th appearance on the year and 1.00 ERA. Opponents hitting only 188 against Eric. 45 innings, 56 strikeouts to only 7 walks. It's been an incredible season for Eric Swanson as a major part of that bullpen down there for the Mariners. Good fastball, top of the zone, slider, split combination, and he works here in the 8th inning.
Michael Harris, maybe the best 7-hole hitter in baseball, leads off. Ball 1. This young man has impacted nicely for the Braves. Harris 0 for 2 today. And this is stroked a long way right field and gone. 17th homer, 53rd run batted in. You know these Braves are not going down without a fight. Well, that was a nice easy swing. Ball just jumped off of his bat.
Well, this is a splitter from Eric Swanson, and Harris II able to get good extension, find the barrel. 106 off the bat down that right field line. And this is why it was so important, Dave, to continue to add on to the lead as the Mariners have done.
Indeed. Again, this Braves club second to the Dodgers in runs per game, doubles, slugging, ERA. They're number 1 in home runs. It's their 2nd homer today. 2-0 to Ozuna, who struck out, popped out the short. Michael Harris, Dan, has really shined here. Came up with a little bit more, about 500, a little bit more than 600 ABs in the minor leagues. Here he is after that short time, dating back to 2019.
Yeah, he's a good young player, exciting young player. Seen him
play some pretty good center field defense as well.
Swanee's 2-2 here to Ozuna. Full count. Munoz, Swanson, and Sewald last night combined for 3 innings of shutout ball. Hitless ball last night, racking up 3 strikeouts against the Braves in the Mariners' 3-1 win.
Good indication right there of how aggressive these Atlanta Brave hitters are. 3-1 pitch off the plate away, and you get a swing and a foul ball on it.
Munoz heating up. 3-2 pitch here to Ozuna. Lost it. It's the second walk by Mariner pitching today. Brash walked the batter back in the 7th. Mariners baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by Home Street Bank, rated one of America's best small banks in 2022 by Newsweek. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Jack in the Box. Spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. Dave Sims, Dan Wilson with you. Come to you above the M in T-Mobile Park there. There's Robbie Grossman. Grossman a ground out to third and a strikeout. 0 for 2. Swanee's got him 0-2. Ronald Acuna's on deck.
Real nice splitter right there. 85 miles an hour. And just below the zone. He's looking to get that ground ball. He'd love a ground ball to that right side to turn a double play.
That's hit hard, but Julio camped under it. The big out. See if they can get a double play ball off the bat of Acuna. They're going to make the pitching change. Got service coming out. He's got Munoz warming up. Wants to see that 103, 102 MPH fastball against Acuna. They can get a double play out of that. Back with more in a moment. USAA committed to the military community. Big crowd here at T-Mobile Park. Mariners trying to win the series from the Braves. They lead at 6-2. We're in the 8th. 45,245 on hand. Another sellout here at T-Mobile Park. Dave Sims, Dan Wilson with you, and Andres Munoz takes over. Make sure you join us September 17th versus the Angels for Mariners Care Foundation Charity Night. Support youth in our community by bidding on exciting items and experiences like autographed memorabilia and sweet tickets. It's Mariners Care Foundation Charity Night on Root Sports. It's a good matchup right here. Acuna against Andres Munoz.
Well, here are the numbers for Munoz. 57th appearance on the season, 2.68 ERA. Opponents hitting just 195 off Andres. 57 innings, 88 strikeouts, 15 walks. And with the off day tomorrow, a couple guys here from this bullpen, Dave, going back to back. So Andres in again in a situation maybe doesn't feel like the game's on the line, but this is an Atlanta Braves offense that we talked about can be explosive pretty quickly. So he's here to shut the door again.
First pitch strike on a slider. Acuna 0 for 3 and a hard hit ground out to JP his last time up in the 6th. 6 runs on 7 hits, an error for the Mariners. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 0-1. Deep to the gap in right center field. Run by Trammell. He's there. Lower back tightness for Haniger. That's why he's out of the game. Mooney gets out number 2.
Well, it's 100 miles an hour at the top of the zone. And you can see it gets in on Acuna just a little bit. And he's not able to get the barrel to it. Easy fly ball for Taylor Trammell. More importantly, the second out here in the 8th.
Tough hitter here and shortstop Dansby Swanson 0 for 3. Strikeout, pop out the first, fly to left. Mariners have held Braves at 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 runs, home runs. Riley in the 4th and Harris here in the 8th.
101 miles an hour on that fastball away. Saw a lot of sliders last night from Munoz today. A few more fastballs from him.
Slow roller. JP flip. Got it. Inning over. Well done. Bottom 8 coming up. It'll be Adam Frazier, Jesse Winker, JP Crawford. It's Mariners 6-2 over the Braves. To highlight today's Kids Club member of the game. It's 11-year-old Tegan from Curtis, Washington. We're thrilled to have Tegan, a pitcher and first baseman on the Blue Thunder select team, as part of our Kids Club family. For the rest of you folks out there, to register your youngsters, visit mariners.com/kidsclub. Mariners trying to win a series from the Atlanta Braves. This is a rubber match. Mariners 8-8 in rubber matches this season. The Braves are 4-10 in rubber games, 0-5 on the road. Mariners looking to build on this lead here. Bottom 8, Adam Frazier, Jesse Winker, JP Crawford against Dylan Lee.
Dylan Lee's numbers: 36th appearance on the season. Opponents hitting .252 against him. Good fastball, slider, changeup combination.
Been a good day for Adam Frazier at the dish. Base hit to center, stolen base in the 2nd, 2-run triple to center in the 4th, walked and scored in the 6th. Scored from first on the JP Crawford double to left center. One and 2 from Dylan Lee. Hit out of play. Games of interest to the Mariners. Orioles falling back now. 1-0 Sox win. The Yankees take 2 out of 3 from Tampa Bay. Astros bludgeoning the Angels. Guardians take out the Twins 4-1. Blue Jays lose at Texas 4-1. And the White Sox on the short end 8-3. Albert hit number 697. How about that? He's Dan. I really starting to love his chances for 700.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last night and got even closer today.
Good for him. A wonderful career. Harris makes the play out there, 1 out.
Yeah, incredible career, incredible milestone to get to that 700 mark for home runs. Wow.
That's with having some down years with the Angels. In his first 10 years with the Cardinals, he put up against any Hall of Famer. He's made some good things happen. Here's Chess fouling one off. Winker 0 for 3 today. Strikeout looking, pop up, and a foul out. Taking a look. Contreras, he's under it. Tough day for Jesse. 2 foul outs, a pop up and a strikeout looking. 2 down. I'll bring up J.P. Crawford. RBI double and a 1-2 pitch in the 6th inning. Diego Castillo heating up for the Mariners in their pen. Strike 1 to JP. Here's the 0-1. There's Diego. They call him in the clubhouse the Diesel. I said, who gave you that nickname? He says, they pretty much all did.
Another just outstanding season for a guy down in that bullpen, Dave. It's one right after the other.
Well, they do the Los Bomberos thing for a lot of the guys when they come out of the pen, especially at night. Need a good old-fashioned Mack truck diesel horn, or better yet, I used to use the train horn. 0-2. JP trying to get aboard. Tack a few more runs on the board here with 2 outs. Two and 2 from Dylan Lee. Played his college ball at Fresno State. He's out of Dinuba, California. 28 years old, 6'3", 214. Second year in the big leagues. It's 2 games last year. This is game number 36 for him. 2-2, fouled off.
Trying to go to the top of the zone with that 93 miles an hour. JP able to foul that one off to stay alive.
Two out and a 2-2 pitch.
Does the same with that 94 miles an hour.
Two again to JP. Swanson will yield to Ozuna. Here we go. The Diesel. Diego Castillo. He's going to face Riley, Olson, Contreras. 3-4-5 in Atlanta. Trying to win this series against Atlanta. Brought to you by Alaska Airlines. From the West Coast to the world. Earn and redeem miles to over 1,000 destinations with our One World Alliance members. By your Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partner in health, keeping the Northwest healthy at vmfh.org. Julio Rodriguez got the Mariners started first inning on a 1-0 pitch, blistered a home run right center field for home run number 24. And here's what it looked like. Woman field across the way, coming at you, actually going a little bit away from me. But that was an impressive clout. It's starting to rain a little bit, and the roof is in the process of closing.
That was a big lift for the Mariners early. Dave got them on the board, and they turned it over to Marco Gonzalez, who was masterful again today. Typical Marco. And then, of course, the bullpen is doing their thing, and Diego Castillo will take over here in the 9th.
He's got the big boys coming up. Austin Riley, Matt Olson, William Contreras. 3, 4, 5. Riley already with a home run on the board and a 3-0 pitch back in the 4th.
That good heavy two-seam fastball and that slider.
Great year for Austin Riley. Broke a tie with Goldschmidt of St. Louis. A home run chase, 3rd in slugging, 5th in OPS. Leader in extra base hits in the National League. And Diego needs to throw a strike. (6-2) Mariners over the Braves, and wow, he was not close. Third walk issued, and in a case of emergency, break glass and call Paul Sewald. Hopefully that will not be the next call. Matt Olson, good hitter coming up.
Well, Diego able to get that ground ball with a lot of that heavy sink movement to his fastball, and hopefully Matt Olson is that guy for him. Shift is on. 3 infielders on that right side, and they'd love to see a ground ball right at one of them.
Olson 0 for 2, a ground out to Frazier. Robbed on a wonderful play, running catch by Haggerty, and a walk, and he's yet to throw a strike.
Now Cal Raleigh will take a minute to kind of change things up, give him a little bit of a breather. Try to help him find his rhythm again. Missed with some sinkers there in that first at bat, and then came back with a slider there for a different feel on Olson and started him off 1-0.
Roof continues to move. It's almost to the halfway point to closing things up. There's his first strike of the ball game. 1-1. Fourth man out of the pen today for the Mariners. Two and one. Two one to Matt Olson. Wow. 3-1. There's the strike. Olson thought he was going to be aboard. Need an out here in a big way. 6-2 ball game.
Good pitch there at the top of the zone. 96 miles an hour from Diego. Found the top of the zone.
Big pitch here at 3-2. Priority one. Let's keep this guy in the ballpark.
Yeah, another good fastball, trying to stay in with it, and kind of did jam Olson. Not a very good swing at it. Defensive, just fouled it off.
Three-two pitch. Oh boy. That was not what the doctor ordered. Diego. He's thrown 11 pitches. 3 for strikes. Mariners up by 4. Here's Contreras. Ground out to short, double to center, and a strikeout. Strike one.
A really good slider right there to start off Contreras. Catch that outside part of the plate. EQC Tracer right there on the outside corner. The knees.
Slow roller. Be lucky to get one. And there's the one. Everybody else moves up.
Well, the Mariners need outs right here. Nice job by Diego to get over and cover the bag on this play. Nice scoop and shovel pass from Carlos Santana. Very well executed. And they'll take that out every day.
Good thing Diego was not caught spectating. Runners at second and third. Vaughn Grissom, as the roof is about 7/8 of the way closed, covering us up. First pitch strike. Grissom strikeout, ground out to third, and a strikeout. Diego could use a K right here. .301. One pitch here from Diego. 1-2.
Oh, back in control of the count now. Good two-seam fastball in on the hands of Grissom. See how it kind of ties him up. Diego now back in control of the count.
1-2 pitch. They got him. Big out. 2 down. Ninth inning. Sweeping breaking ball.
Well, after that fastball in on the hands, he goes to the breaking ball off the plate away. Make delivery Supermo. You see Grissom just kind of wave at it. Runs out of barrel. And they pick up the punch out, and most importantly, the second out of the inning.
Here. Tough hitter in Michael Harris, the second. Lined a home run into the right field stands, 8th inning. 1 for 3. Mariners a 6-2 lead against Atlanta. First pitch from Diego outside, ball 1.
Well, Diego not getting the call on this one. EQC Tracer has it on the outside corner. Not able to get the call.
1-0. 2-0. Marcell Ozuna is on deck. If he gets a chance to swing it, he's going to be thinking long ball. Time he puts his foot in the box. Got to get this out to end the game right here. 2-0. So 2-1. This could be one of the bigger pitches of the day right here.
Really good two-seam fastball here. See that action, bringing it back to the plate. Stayed on the inside part, maybe out of the strike zone, but Mariners able to pick up the call. Nice job by Cal Raleigh.
2-1 pitch to Harris. Diego deals outside, ball 3, 3-1. Second and third, 2 outs. Mariners by 4. Good hitter at the plate, Harris. Big pitch at 3-1. 3-2. It's come down to this. Crowd of 45,000, 245 on hand here at T-Mobile Park.
Now credit Cal Raleigh right here to bring this back. Ball looked like it was off the plate. Evens the count, 3-2.
Castillo ready with the 3-2 pitch to Harris. The pitch. Oh, brother. Look at this. Off the face of the old head in here, Cafe. We got a 1-run thriller. Oh my goodness. Home run Harris. Back-to-back plate appearances leaving the yard. We got a 6-5 ball game with Ozuna coming to the plate. Jeff Francourt told me a few weeks ago, you're going to really be impressed by this kid right here, and he was not kidding.
He gets a 3-2 fast. Looks like a slider actually on the inside part of the plate, and he times it up perfectly. A big leg kick, and he hits that ball a long way into the seats and right, and that'll bring out Scott Service.
Brother. There was no doubt about that. It was just a matter of how far it was going to go. The glass stopped it. So now we got a nail biter on our hands. 6-5, 2 out, 9th inning, and a tough hitter in Ozuna coming up. Because of that man right there, Michael Harris II, back-to-back home runs. Home run in the 8th, a solo shot, a 3-run job here in the 9th to make this a 1-run game. And the Mariners go to Paul Sewald. And let's see, it looks like it's going to be Eddie Rosario coming up. Our Beacon Plumbing call to the pin. This couldn't ask for more drama right now, Dan.
No, this is really exciting, intense baseball, and you're going to get a lot of this in the next 22 ball games, Dave. The numbers for Paul: 57 innings, 66 strikeouts. He's been called upon here by Scott Service to get the last out here in the 9th inning against this good Atlanta Braves offense that's been quiet up until this point, Dave.
Eddie Rosario, the NLCS MVP last year. Brother, big spot for Paulie and the Mariners. First pitch. Bounced up there, ball 1. Here's Rosario's numbers. Dodgers blew out San Diego. What else is new? They clinch a playoff spot. 1-0. Braves fans making noise. 1-0 from Sewald. There's a strike, 1-1. Dan, we've been saying this since about the 5th inning. Once the Mariners got that lead, better get some more.
Yeah, no doubt. This is why it's so important. And Paul starts him with a slider down in the dirt, and then that fastball right at the bottom of the zone. Good job by Cal Raleigh.
1-1 to Eddie Rosario. Mariners holding on. Pitch. Foul back, 1-2.
Another fastball from Paul towards the bottom of the zone. We're used to seeing him up at the top. It's a good four-seamer down. Rosario with a pretty good hack at it.
Infield pulled around to the right. Julio shading a couple of steps towards left center. Outfield deep, especially Trammell in right field. The 1-2 from Sewald to Rosario. Line drive, base hit, tying runs aboard. Eddie Rosario keeping the Braves alive. 2 outs in the 9th.
Well, he goes to the top of the zone with the heater. It's a pretty good location for it, up and away. But Rosario able to get on top of it, hook it into that right field corner. Taylor Trammell playing no doubles in the outfield, able to get it in and keep Rosario to a single.
You got Robbie Grossman now batting in the 9-hole with Acuna on deck. Man, do you need an out right here? 0 for 3 day for Robbie. Crowd really into it right now. Sewald battling. First pitch to Grossman. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Starts him with the slider. It's a pretty good one. Chases him down and in a little bit.
Paul had his troubles when he was a Met pitching against these Braves. Mariners need him big time right now. 0-1. Pitch to Grossman. High drive. Right field. A 2-run homer. Robbie Grossman. 7-6 Atlanta. Robbie Grossman with his 6th home run. RBIs 39 and 40, and the Braves come from behind to take the lead here at T-Mobile Park. Boy, that hurts.
Grossman went down to get the slider and pulled it into those right field seats.
Bottom of the order. Well, the 2 walks. You start off with the 2 walks. It almost never fails, right?
Well, I think we
Open
just
up.
thought this is just an offensive team, Dave, that we said can come back. They can be explosive. And all their runs today have come via the home run.
3-run job by Harris in this inning. 2-run shot by Grossman. Harris has a solo homer in the 8th. Riley 1 in the 4th. 7-6 Atlanta. A big, ugly 5 on the board here at T-Mobile Park. Mariners will have Haggerty, Julio, and Trammell coming up. Bottom 9. Brother.
Well, Grossman with a homer in game 1 of this series. Gets that slider and lifts it into the seats, well into the seats in right field. Michael Harris, second, is enjoying it.
1 and 2. Oh, it hit him. Wasn't trying to hit him, obviously. Cunha, get used to it. It's part of the game. He was hit a lot there. Has been hit a lot in the course of his career. This is going to bring the 9th man to the plate, Dansby Swanson.
You can see that fastball trying to go top of the zone, and it just gets away from Paul. And there's a meeting of the umpires. Not sure what this is about.
Well, he certainly wasn't throwing at him. 0-2. Could it be that they think maybe he didn't try hard enough to get out of the way?
No, the 93-mile-an-hour fastball, there's not much that it can do.
Exactly. What an inning. Castillo came on for lockdown duty. 3-0 walk to Riley. 3-2 walk to Olson. Comebacker to Santana. They get Contreras. Strikes out Grissom. But then a 3-run homer by Harrison. A 3-2 pitch. Base hit Rosario. 2-run homer Grossman. And 5 on the board and a 7-6 Atlanta lead. Yikes. Stunned crowd here at the ballpark, except for some noisy Braves fans. 1-0 pitch. 1-1 to Swanson. 0 for 4 today. There have been 4 walks by Mariner pitching today. The 2 in this inning scored. The Mariners have been walked 5 times. 3 of them have scored. The 1-1. Runner goes. Hit, swung on and missed. Throw down to second. Safe. Stolen base Acuna, his 27th.
Well, we've seen Cal Raleigh make very consistent throws. Here's another one right on the money. And you'll see that left hand with the mitten on it of Acuna Jr. will just get into base before the tag to the left shoulder.
1-run game. Paul trying to keep it that way. 1-2 to Swanson. 2 outs. Runner at second. Breaking ball didn't offer. 2-2.
Good job to lay off that by Swanson. That's a pretty good pitch down at the bottom of the zone from Sewald.
2-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second. Sewald. Foul ball. Need it out in a big way. 2-2 pitch. Sewald deals. Ground ball, slow roller, JP. Just got Swanson at the bag. Work to do. Julio will be up second in this inning. Mariners now have to rally to get this series at 7-6 Atlanta. He may be your National League Rookie of the Year. Man, has he been impressive. Back-to-back home runs. One in the 8th, one in the 9th. Boy, oh boy. Watch this 9th inning pitch. 3-2 from Diego. I mean, you want to talk about unloading. Oh, man, center cut. Center cut. And for Harris, it's his 3rd home run of the series. And then Robbie Grossman, Dan, went down and dug one out.
Yeah, he sure did. And that's the one right now that stands in the way. Put the Braves up 7-6.
Number 1 home run hitting team in the National League, and they bring in Kenley Jansen.
The veteran closer, so many years with the Dodgers, now closer for the Braves. 52 in a 3rd innings, 69 strikeouts to only 19 walks. He's got the fastball. He loves his cutter, and he'll throw a slider as well. And with any luck, Dave, we can get Sam Haggerty on base and cause a huge distraction out there. We know he can run, and
it's a nice setup here for sure, with Sam leading off, Julio next, Trammell, and then Suarez. Number 1 home run hitting team in the National League, the Atlanta Braves. The long ball, the story today. They hit 4 of them tonight, or this afternoon, and 4 on Friday. Tried to be an igniter, get on board via the bunt, fouls it back.
He gets a cutter up in the top part of the zone. It's a little bit further away than he was expecting, and just bunts it back to the screen.
Mariners need a big dramatic comeback right here. Feel for Marco Gonzalez, who pitched his tail off today. Here's 0-1. But Riley was expecting it, throws him out.
Now Sam gets another pitch at the top of the zone, and not able to deaden it because it's up there a little bit higher. And Austin Riley was right there to make the play. First out for the Mariners.
Here's Julio, open up the game, the home first with a home run to right center field. Since then, a base hit to left, a stolen base. He was thrown out trying to steal it back. Since then, a strikeout and a walk. Contreras sets up way outside. Pitch inside for a strike.
Well, trying to throw that cutter on the outside corner, and you can see this one's on the inside corner, and William Contreras having to put that glove angle at a funky angle to get that strike.
1-1 to Julio. Home run he hit to open up the home first, his 24th. RBI number 70. J-Rod's squad on its biggest prayer right now. 1-1. Infield straight up, outfield straight up. 1-1 from Jansen. There you go! Left field! We got a tie ball game! Julio! Oh, baby, what a moment! Tie ball game at 7-7. Oh, did he hurt that pitch? Home run number 25 for Julio Rodriguez. That couldn't have been more. Yep, 17 degrees. This kid is special beyond words.
Big moments bring big opportunities to big-time players, and this is one of the best closers in the game. And Julio Rodriguez gets a pitch in the middle of the plate. It's a breaking ball, and he just crushes it. 117 miles an hour off the bat. Woo. And right off that 0. Wow. On the scoreboard, and ties this thing up here in the bottom of the 9th. Big moment for the Mariners right there.
Seeing a lot of special things, Dan. He is moving up quickly on my all-time list. Ty France off the bench, the pinch hit. Julio Rodriguez, the legend, the story, it just continues to build. Both with first career multi-hit games, home run games today. Harrison, Rodriguez. I would ink both in at rookies of the year in their respective leagues. Pop up. Riley coming in. 2 outs. So the Mariners died by the home run in the bottom of the 9th and lived by the home run here in this frame in the bottom of the 9th. Julio coming up large. Harris a 3-run shot. Grossman a 2-run shot. Top 9. Wow, what a game. And here's Gino.
What a game, what a series so far, Dave. This has been unbelievable. And there's still some baseball to be played yet.
Well, when we were getting ready for this half inning, look at the smile, the confidence. Like, folks, I got this. Don't worry about it. Wow. 7-7 ball game. 2 out. 1-0 to Suarez. 1-1. And Dan, Jansen was coming in. I said one of the best closers of his generation, and you responded by saying, yeah, he can give it up too.
We've seen it in the past, rarely, but he does. And that was just plain old good hitting by Julio Rodriguez. Got a mistake in the middle and made him pay.
1-1 to Gino. Giddy up, baby! Giddy up! Giddy up! And the Mariners win this ball game! The Mariners beat the Atlanta Braves 2 out of 3. Gino with a home run. Oh, baby! Hey now! Hey now! 8-7 Seattle. Dan Wilson, we have just seen something unbelievably special. I mean, unbelievable. Gotta love it. And yeah, Gino, good vibes only. My man. Wow.
Home run number 25 on the season for Eugenio. His second one of the ball game. His third one in 2 games. And I'll tell you what, Dave, this is about as exciting as a ball game as we have ever seen.
Amen, brother.
Credit the Atlanta Braves for an incredible comeback, but credit the Seattle Mariners for bouncing right back in the bottom of the 9th against one of the game's best closers. And they come back with 2 huge home runs to pick up this bullpen tonight. What an incredible finish. Outstanding game. Outstanding series of baseball by the Seattle Mariners.
Dan, I've been in this business a long time. That was amazing what we just saw. That was, I mean, the Braves took the air out of the building, top 9. Then we show Julio coming in with the look, hey, I got this. And then Gino finishes it off. I mean, you cannot write a better script.
No, you really can't. And these guys just picking each other up. just big moment after big moment, and getting huge delivery from Julio Rodriguez and Eugenio Suarez. What a ball game.
2 home runs for Gino. He's got 30 on the season. Julio, couple of home runs. He's got 25. Jen is ready with Gino.
Yeah, we're looking at the sign right here that says Eugenio rules. He certainly does. Gino, before we get to your home runs and the home runs we've seen you hit in this stretch, Julio Rodriguez, 117 miles an hour off the bat. How does he do that?
He's the best. He's the best. Everything he do is special, you know. Julio, you never know with that guy. I know that this big game, when they make it that comeback, I know if Julio get on base, we got a chance to win the game, and that was exactly what happened.
Kenley Jansen is a tough closer to hit off of that. Also, that motion, right? That long release. How hard is that to time up?
That was great. I think this is my first hit against Kenley Jansen, one of the best closers in the league, and everybody know that. I was so lucky on that at bat. Like I'll tell you, I knew if Julio gets something, I got a big chance to win the game, and I pray for that, and I get it.
We saw you homer twice today. This has been quite the stretch of power for you. What has led to that?
You know, I know I got power. I just enjoy this game. I put in my best swing on. I just want to help my team. Give me the W to these incredible fans, to the crowd. They always support us. They really deserve it. And I thank God. I feel so grateful for giving me the opportunity to give it this W to the fans and the team.
Lastly, what did this team prove against the defending World Series champs?
We came to compete. We know, and everybody know that they got a really good team, but right now this is our city, and they got to respect our city.
Why don't you go inside, enjoy this one with your teammates, and let the crowd send you out with another round of applause.
I go. Let's go. Thank you. Let's go, Seattle.
The crowd absolutely responds. Brad, it is deafening down on the field after an incredible come-from-behind win for the Mariners.
Well, it's funny because the Braves fans who used to be loud, Jen, are now really quiet up here at our set, right? I mean, they kind of gathered around. They enjoyed what they saw in the ninth inning. What an incredible game and finish. The guys were talking about that. I think for me, this was #1 of this season. Unbelievable. The opponent, what happened in the ninth to win it like that. This is my favorite game of the year.
Yeah, you got the World Series champs in town. All of a sudden, you know it's a big series. This team, obviously the Seattle Mariners, are hunting down that first postseason spot. And you know how big this is leading into the month of September. You fall back in the ninth inning. Like Dave said, the air had come out of this building. Eugenio Suarez, 1-1 count against Kenley Jansen, one of the toughest closers to make that kind of contact against. Man, huge moment.
His 30th home run on the year, his second tonight. As Heredia, our old buddy, goes back on top of the bullpen there. They knew it. He has 14 home runs now since August 1st. That is the most in the majors, more than Aaron Judge, more than anybody. And here he is again. It's automatic 30. This guy's been on some kind of tear.
Absolutely crushed. And look at that dugout too. Let's not forget, Julio Rodriguez ties it up in this inning. You see Sam Haggerty trying to get it started. Julio Rodriguez ties it up. Eugenio Suarez right after that. This place just like, again, it's like the lights are out. Then the electricity, the electric factory came back alive. But I got to say, the fuse box has officially exploded in T-Mobile Park.
Wow, I mean, they are celebrating the home plate. I mean, just think about that, what the Braves did, right? Against Castillo and Sewald to get 5 in the ninth to take that 1-run lead. And here comes Jensen, and you're thinking, man, Haggerty bunts, he's out. So 1 out, Julio's up. You're thinking this team could easily just kind of go 1, 2, 3 in the ninth and be done. But not this team, not this year, Ryan.
No, it's not. And you talked about, too, Kenley Jansen, he is a presence when he comes out of the bullpen.
Absolutely. Intimidating.
He is. He's intimidating. You come out, like you said, you've just dropped a situation where all of a sudden the momentum is gone. You're about to win a series, you lose it, and then reality kind of sets in. But then, you know what? This is the 2022 Seattle Mariners. Things are different. Love it.
They outplayed the Braves over the weekend. They win a series. Braves have won 8 straight after the win on Friday night in Game 1. But the Mariners outpitched them, and tonight they outslugged them, barely. Both hitting 4 home runs. We talked about Suarez home run. How about Julio? Again, not 1, but 2 home runs. He leads off the game with a home run. That was number 24, and then the 9th inning. He ties it up with number 25. Fired up. Suarez wins it. What a comeback. What an improbable win for the Mariners. Lots more to talk about. Good vibes only here on the postgame show. Coming up on Root Sports. Stick around. It's going to be fun.